Welcome back to Bible Shorts, episode 28. God Speaks to His People. Well, do you remember that in our last episode, the Israelites, after crossing the Red Sea and escaping Pharaoh's army, ran into trouble in the desert? Over and over again, they complained loudly to Moses about food and water, and even though God sent them manna and quail and water streaming from a rock, they were still unhappy and complaining. And Moses was frustrated and tired. You know, just like us, when things get tough, we find it easy to complain and forget all that God has given us. Then on the third new moon, after the Israelites had gone out of the land of Egypt, they entered the wilderness of Sinai and camped in front of the mountain. Then the Lord called to Moses from the mountain, "Thus you shall say to the house of Jacob, and tell the Israelites, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now, therefore, if you obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession out of all the peoples. Indeed, the whole earth is mine, but you shall be for me a priestly kingdom and a holy nation." So Moses went, summoned the elders of the people, and set before them all these words that the Lord had commanded him to tell them. The people all answered as one, "Everything that the Lord has spoken, we will do." Now, this is a covenant. A covenant is an agreement between two people. In this case, an agreement between God and the Israelites. Then Moses reported the agreement of the people to the Lord, and the Lord said to Moses, "I am going to come to you in a dense cloud in order that the people may hear when I speak with you, and so trust you ever after." 3 days later, there was thunder and lightning, as well as a thick cloud on the mountain, and a blast of a trumpet so loud that the people who were in the camp trembled. When they witnessed the thunder, the lightning, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking, they were afraid, and said to Moses, "You speak to us, and we will listen, but do not let God speak to us." Moses said to them, "Don't be afraid." And a cloud covered the mountain. The glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai, and Moses entered the cloud and went up on the mountain. Then God spoke words to Moses, which we now call the 10 Commandments, which they're kind of a short list of ways to behave that are good and ways of behaving that are not good at all. And here's a list of the 10 Commandments in a simpler version that I like, that's easy to understand. And your parents can print out this list as one of the worksheets for this episode. Now, there's many commandments about how we should love God and treat other people in the Old Testament. But the 10 Commandments are the only commandments that say they were written with the finger of God on 2 tablets of stone. Now, God does not have a finger, obviously. So this is one of these things that we can't explain, like the parting of the Red Sea, or manna that appears every morning when the dew dries, or a long time later, many years later, how did Jesus feed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? When the people saw that Moses had delayed to come down from the mountain, they gathered around his brother Aaron and said, "Come, make gods for us, who shall go before us, As for this Moses, the man who brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we do not know what has become of him." And Aaron took the gold rings from their ears and their jewelry, and made an image of a calf, and said, "These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt." And the people rose up early and sat down to eat and drink and worship the golden calf. What happens next? Look for Bible Shorts, episode 29. Moses comes down the mountain.